Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Mulligan. I am the moderator of today's conference. The fifth Global Franchise Conference will be held today. We have gathered speakers from all over the world so that you can share your franchise development experience. Today, we will have speakers from countries such as China, Great Britain, Turkey, Latvia, Saudi Arabia, Finland, and Netherlands. India and the US, of course, are also included. 10 speakers will speak for you and answer all your questions. The speakers of the day are leading experts of franchising companies. The mission of the conference is to transfer the best practices of franchising between countries and continents to provide you with the best tools for successful development. We will talk about, number one, how to create a strong global franchise network, and also how to choose the right franchise. Why do we do this? Because networking is our main value. So first of all, let's begin with our first presentation. More than 300 spectators from all over the world have registered for the conference. We will try to answer all your questions while we're waiting for our viewers to connect. I ask those who have already connected to write in the comments to the broadcast and, of course, mention your country as well as your company that you represent. If you have any questions, you can also write in the comments. I'll tell you a little bit about the organizer of the conference. The conference is organized by topfranchise.com. Top Franchise is the world's largest franchising catalog. 5 million people from more than 150 countries visit our trading platforms every year. And our team has developed and brought to the market more than 400 franchises. More than 1,000 clients trust us. These are the best franchising brands, by the way. The Top Franchise Investor database has more than 100,000 people. That's right, you heard it right. Every year, we get more than 80,000 applications for franchises from all over the world. Top Franchise has a large network of partners and experts in the US, Europe, Africa, and Southeast Asia. Every year, we hold international franchise conferences and discuss trends in the global market. Today, we're holding the fifth conference in a row. And of course, it's my second time to be here and hopefully share our ideas together. Now, obviously, we create only high quality content for everyone. The indicators of our site remain in high positions every single year. We sell brands comprehensively, and promotion of your business is guaranteed. That's right. We offer our own guarantees here. So first of all, why should you perhaps consider starting, your platform for your business here? Because consultations and recommendations for optimization of your page in the catalog, creating personal lead generating starting page and catalog, personal accounts, and so on. So perhaps these franchise optimizations for a target request of the brand directed to getting the franchise offer to the top popular searching systems. Widen funnel for target audience because your franchise is presented in all connected thematic sections. Advertising campaign and catalogs, newsletters, of course, are one of our top categories. Articles and news publishing, and of course, opportunities for promoting your franchise in catalog, and so on. Beyond that, of course, we have our Top Franchise, which actually introduces franchises to international markets. We have built a team of international specialists who will help you present your franchise and hold meetings with customers. And of course, as we are here today, we would like to share with you what we can be doing, hopefully, in the coming days, and more importantly, what we should be doing to expand and to hopefully encourage you guys to work with us, because your advertising on the side will actually occupy the very best positions. And of course, we are always happy to cooperate and promote your business. So write to us at our contacts. We will advise you. Dear friends, I'm here waiting for your comments. We're open for communication and are waiting for your questions, and also want to know which countries you're in touch with. Why is this? Because we want to represent you with our very best products. Why do we do so? Because we have clear reasons: expertise, real experience, reputation, fast market launch, honesty, adequacy, of course, concentration, effectiveness, scale, and community. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not just saying these things to impress you. We're talking about high quality service for all of you. Now, as you're with us today, I would like to talk a little bit about how we can actually help you with our top positions and banner of advertising and newsletters. If you are interested, you can always advertise on our platforms. And of course, you will be very well compensated for all that investment because we reach a very wide audience. And of course, as we move along and as we express our ideas with you, the viewers, you will understand why it is extremely important to actually be in touch and help us to perhaps improve and promote your business online. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is great to be here with all of you today. And more importantly, we can't wait to share with you the ideas of our speakers, what they can be doing, hopefully, and what they will be able to share with you. In the meantime, feel free to contact us at +1 484 414 5197, or simply shoot us an email, manager@topfranchise.com, because we want to be in touch with you. And if you have any ideas on how we can actually expand your business globally, then we are the guy. We'd be glad to actually take all your contacts. So make sure to reach us on this current contact we've actually put on the page here. And I would like you guys to reach to us even during the conference. Any questions whatsoever, you can, of course, send the questions here, and we will be glad to answer to all of your questions. Now, before we go any further, though, let's talk about what we've planned for you today. Today, we have a lot of interesting speakers, and more importantly, you are going to be introduced to a variety of ideas regarding franchising. We have guests from around the world, as well as speakers from multiple continents who will then share with you their ideas and hopefully will then allow you to actually expand your knowledge regarding franchising, get involved, and hopefully be able to make the most of your experience. Now, before we go any further, I would like to actually move on to our first speaker of the conference. His name is Jiang Isa, the franchise development, of course, and he is here to tell us a lot about what we can do regarding franchising, because this company is located in, you guessed it, China. And as we know, China is on the rise here, and we would like to understand how exactly we could actually expand franchising to the rising power of China. Of course, it's a pleasure to be here with you, Jiang, today. And if you have your presentation ready, we'll be glad to get started. And of course, after you're done with your presentation, I will ask all the questions that our viewers have from you. So the stage is yours. Go ahead and get started.
Thank you for the introduction, and dear all, so glad to see you here, and so thankful that I have the chance to introduce some information or knowledge I have of the franchise business, especially with international franchise business. And I would also love to introduce some part of our brand and our group, Young China, to you. So actually, I would love to firstly share that how to find one successful international franchise business which could bring you success. So nowadays, probably you're gonna see many brands from all over the world and want to go to the local market. And sometimes maybe you have the curious, even if this brand was successful before in the other market, how could this brand to be successful in this market? And then how can this brand to make sure that I can win money from this project? So it is very easy to tell the result, but I would love to share you the logic and the reasons of it. So first of all, it is one business. So all the things back of the business is the same. The first of all is the demand. I mean the requirement. If the local market have the requirement, if the people have the requirement of the product, example, as we are doing the franchise of leadership hot pot, so it means it is hot pot restaurant. So currently, we are mostly aiming on the Asia market and somehow to the other Western market also. But for the requirements, for the voice of the requirement from the market, if we go to the Western markets, the most investors would firstly open a store in Chinatown. So that's matching with the brand. So if you're looking for one brand, you will firstly know the local market if it has the requirement of it. The second thing is, even this business is work in other countries, it's not really meaning this business model can work in your country. We can never 100% sure. No brand can do that, can tell you and can be successful in your country. But the important thing is, if this brand can go with you, can run with you, can learning with you from the market, even the first store business model cannot really working. Although we done a lot of marketing, although we do a lot of learning studies before we open the store, but we all the time facing some new problems. So how can we do that if we face some barriers or some questions after the first beginning? And then is how can we cooperate with the brand? How can the brand working with us building the new business model or more suitable business model for the local market? It is also very important that if this brand can give you local supply. Let's say for us to say it's on-site support, one senior restaurant general manager will stay with you for over 1 month or 2 months, depends on your requirements. But it's almost for us to say, if we go to a new market, it's necessary, because it really meaning if the market can success or not. Just sharing some information that the most successful of our franchisee over the world is our Japanese franchisee. And actually we sent one senior manager with the franchisee, and actually the franchisee later he hired the manager, and the manager worked with him for over 10 years. And currently, even in this very hard time, the Japanese franchisee is keeping opening store in Japan. So it's very important that if you have one very professional guy to be with you and to working with you, to support you for the coaching, for how to do the marketing, for how to review the business model, for those things. So another very important thing I think is if we can really do running the business with the, let's say, the soul of it, or let's say the core things of it. For us, as we are one restaurant, so our core product is our broth and our lamb meat. That is our core product. And maybe for the other franchise business, it will be services, or it will be the brand fame or something else. But for us, the most important thing is our product, and that is how we attract customers for the over 22 years, and we already have 15 years international franchise business knowledges. So yeah, that's the most of things that I would love to share with you. So if you have any questions, you can let me know.
Sure.
Also, yeah, also if you have interest to know some current information in China, or if you have interest to invest in China, I also have some clues here. So if it will be one interested topic.
Fantastic. Very well. Thank you very much for the performance so far. And yes, we do indeed have a couple of questions. After all, China's on the rise and want to know more about these trends. So the first I would like to start is actually about the trends. Now, obviously, we all know about the rising power of China, but what are the specific trends in the Chinese market right now? What types of basically market sectors are perhaps going ahead and they're successful, and which ones are falling behind? Which tell us a little bit about the trends in the Chinese market now.
Mm-hmm. In the Chinese market, the trends, the first is, the COVID wave really affected the economy all over the world. It's very serious in the last several months in China, especially in Shanghai and Beijing. So the smaller investment, which is under 1 million RMB, which is about like a 0.2 million US dollars. As China, the market is really expect the payback period could be about, let's say, between 1.5 years to 3 years. That's the requirement from the markets. So if you have that kind of business model, it will be really accepted by the market. And the market never, we never lack of investors, we never lack of money, but we lack of the opportunities. Now that the biggest question in the China market is we lack opportunities. And also for the stores, which that was what we talked about to the investors in China, right? So also let's say about the requirement for the customers. So also the product, which is with a relatively lower price per person ticket, will be more accepted and more favored by the market. That's also with the same reason as the last one, because the economy is comparably not as good as the last years. The final thing that I would like to say is something like really fresh, creative, fun, and make the teenagers or the 20s young girls and the young boys easy and love to share with their friends. It's very, very good for the brand to expand it in the market, because now we always use phone all the time, and we use the social medias, and the fun things and the creative things and fresh things are the easiest ones to do the spread through the social media.
Fantastic. And you mentioned about your limits, which was about $200,000. And the next question is about obviously the most popular business areas. So in which sectors are we seeing the most amount of profitability? Service industries, production, sale, or what is it exactly?
Do you mean in China or in other countries?
Yes, of course. In China right now.
Okay, so I'm gonna say currently the service industry is very, very, very hard, because we cannot do the dining like us. We cannot do the dining services, but we can do the delivery. That's two kind of services. But if you are really seeing the services, the dining is very hard. But if you have something with or online product, it will be much more popular. And also the game is always popular. I think currently it's all over the world is the same thing. Especially currently we have a lot of pressure and the stress from our work, from the society, from all the situation we face. So we need some entertainment. It's very, very important for the young peoples. So the young peoples would also really looking for the new things and the let's say interesting things for them. And the final thing is I'm gonna say for the elder person careness, that's very popular. I'm gonna say gonna be really earning money in the next 10 or 20 years, because the birth rate in China is really going down nowadays. I think it's almost all of the world we are facing the same problem. So let's say the number of the elder people is really growing fastly in China. And if you have that kind of knowledge, or if your business is related to that part, it could be really preferred in the market. For the product parts, to say, to be honestly, nowadays many Chinese brands, they are trying to go abroad and expanding their brands. If you know one very famous Chinese brand which is selling their teenagers clothes, the name is Shein, SHEIN, which is very famous in the United States markets. And actually it is one brand from China. And another brand which name is Anker, ANKER, which is selling their cell phone chargers, that kind of things. And those brands are very famous. And currently the products, the product things in China, we are trying to do our own brands, like the Chinese brand. Not anymore believing in the famous brand or believing in the luxury brands. It's a little bit different with like 5 years before.
Fantastic. Very well. So we're running out of time here, but I got just one question from one of our viewers. And he asked, are there any specific requirements or regulations on the Chinese franchise market? For example, in the US, there's the FDD, and of course, there are some system registrations. How easy is it? And are there any difficult or hard to maneuver regulations required to enter the market?
So if you want to go to the Chinese market to do franchise, at least you will have 2 equity stores in the China market. But my personal suggestion would be that you will find one master franchisee, or you will find one partner in China that who knows the requirements in the China market. Because example that we are doing the restaurant business, right? So we are following the rules, following the laws, not only by the franchise, but also by the restaurant. Example, for back of house, I mean the kitchen area, we must have 2 kitchen parts. One is for the cold food and one is for the hot food. So it's necessary, and with 2 doors and 2 washing areas like that. It's really different to other countries. So if you're going to a specific area, I would highly recommend you to have one local partner. So if you have interest, you can connect the top franchise and connect me. So yeah.
Right. We got the contacts here, definitely. And of course, for one of our viewers who had this question, as you understood, you have to actually go ahead and get yourself a partner, because the market can actually be pretty complex, and doing it by yourself probably is not the best approach here.
Fantastic. Yes, and another reason that is the market is really changing all the time very fastly. If you go to Southeast Asia, we will also, I mean, not only China, but also other countries in Southeast Asia, you are facing the same situation. The market is all the time changing really quickly. So you will need someone that really knowing the market and knowing the requirement of the market, because those markets are now currently the money flows to. So that's the reason also.
That's fantastic. So thank you very much for your presentation. You helped us a lot with all the questions, and yeah, definitely that's a very lucrative market. And we look forward to, of course, being in touch with our viewers. And if they had any further questions or they want to reach you personally, we will add the contacts here as well. So thank you very much, Yang, for a presentation. Wish you success. And hopefully we'll move on now to our next speaker. Thank you very much. So move on now. That's right. Bye. Now we'll move on to our next speaker, basically, to see if our next speaker is actually currently Seyran Aram, the head of CNR Holding from Turkey. And of course, he's here with us today to discuss all the franchising opportunities in his region. Seyran, it's a pleasure to have you with us. And if it's okay, go ahead and give us an intro. And of course, you can move on swiftly to your presentation.
Yeah. Hi, Daniel. I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to thank Top Franchise family for this opportunity. And warm greetings to everyone from Istanbul. Today, I'd like to briefly talk about what we did as an exhibitions company for the franchise market. So we are, as CNR Group, an exhibitions company. We organize trade fairs and exhibitions for more than 33 years now. And in this journey, we've organized approximately 40 shows per year. And these are trade shows with meter squares ranging from 10,000 to 70,000. And we saw the franchise exhibition is unlike any other, because normally, as a company that organizes shows, our job is to matchmake the buyers and the sellers. But with the franchise, there is no designated buyer. Everyone from every industry, individuals or companies, they can all be the investors. In this aspect, franchise show was a challenge for us. Be My Franchise Show, Bayim Olur Musun. We started our journey in 2004. And when we began the show, most of our exhibitors were food companies, because the franchise industry was beginning in Turkey, it was on the early stages, and like all the other regions, I assume, food was the main product when it comes to mind, when franchising word comes to mind. And with the famous example of McDonald's, the Turkish food companies started their journey with us. And throughout the years, as the show grew, some of the franchising companies grew as well. And when we changed our perspective to the franchise market as the show grew, we realized we needed an online portal to help bring the franchisors and the franchisees together. And we launched around 2013 an online portal which brings brands that want to expand with franchising model and investors. And today we have over 40,000 active investors in our portal, and we have over 1,000 members, which 800 of them are brands, and the rest are consultancy companies and service providers for the potential franchisees. And as we continue our journey with the show, we have a franchising exhibition this year, which we continued throughout the pandemic in 2020 and 2021 on a smaller scale. This year, it's reaching its original scale. It will be around 12 to 13,000 square meters, and it will take place in Istanbul on a very central location. And the dates are 27th to 30th of October. If there's any questions or any topics you want me to emphasize on.
Just one quick question I wanted to ask you about this current situation regarding Turkey, sir, and because you are promoting that. Obviously, many investors sometimes are concerned about a nation's entire economy, especially nowadays. Lira is on everyone's mind and its performance, basically. And just today, actually, President Erdogan announced that he would continue reducing the interest rates. Could this be a source of concern for the investors? Because they have to invest, run business in Turkey, and they have to make money from their customers, mainly in Lira. Could that be a source of concern for the investors?
It's a very good question. Thank you. And this is actually, it's seen as an opportunity when foreigners take a look at it from their point of view, because as the Turkish lira loses value, it gets cheaper to penetrate the market in Turkey. And Turkey is a huge market with 85 million population, which most of it is young. Most of it is below, I think, 33. On average, it's much younger than most of the European countries as well. And Turkey has some issues as immigrancy as well. Let me give that example. We have 8 million Syrian refugees in our country right now. And this was a huge problem which disrupted every aspect of day-to-day lives. But nowadays, we see from the franchise perspective, we see these Syrian companies, Syrian brands, dessert makers. They have these little baklavas, dried baklavas. For example, we have one of our exhibitors, and we also have in the portal some Syrian coffee makers. They want to open their brands and cater to the Syrians, which came as refugees, but today they're a part of the daily lives and part of the consumer base in Turkey. And with the lira depreciating in value, it might seem, when we look at the graph, we have a mini heart attack. But Turkey has been a high inflation rate country for as long as I can remember, basically. We had inflation fluctuating around 15 13. The lowest it got in the recent years was 9. But before that, we had periods of 20%, 30%. Now, Turkey is going through a transitionary period, which the lira is losing value. And it will lose, I think, a bit more value until it stops because of the politics behind it, basically.
I can imagine.
But this is a country that is used to surviving in a high inflationary environment, and people adapt because nowadays, when you purchase something, when you sell something, you think US dollars. So
Nice.
there is I hope I don't get into trouble for saying this, but there is a unofficial quotation to the US dollar on everything's prices. It changes sometimes from week to week, not day to day, but everything adjusts, every price adjusts themselves against the US dollar.
So what you're saying is that we, as investors, don't have to worry about it, and the price adjustment hopefully will take care of the rest. Very well.
As
thank you very
investors,
much.
you need to reap the benefits of the cheap market.
That's right. Makes sense. Thank you very much, Sirhan, for your presentation. And it definitely was very convincing. So wish you the very best and have a good one. Now I'm going to move on to our next speaker, Marcel Portman from the United Kingdoms. And Marcel is the Global Development Duck Donuts and Blow Dry Bar. So first of all, Marcel, we were scheduled to be our speaker a little bit earlier. We had to reschedule. So now, if you are with us, please go ahead and tell us about yourself. And of course, you can move on quickly with your presentation.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate the invitation, Top Franchise. Marcel Portman, I've been franchising for 20 plus years, and I represent companies and take them to global markets. So this particular time, there's 2 brands that I'm working with. One is called Duck Donuts, which is a very different concept of most donuts. You know, we like to say that we're the Ferrari of donuts. Every donut is made fresh. Every donut is topped to the client's preference. It comes out warm. It also has ice cream, coffees. We are looking for area developers for either a whole country or a part of a country, depending on the size of the territory. We are already expanded in most of the Middle East markets. We've sold the rights. We're looking to enter Asia, Europe, and also Latin America. So I am based in Spain, and that's where I manage the Europe, Middle East, Africa office for Duck Donuts. And again, it's a very exciting concept. It's a new way of presenting a product that everybody likes, everybody loves. Check out our website, duckdonuts.com. You can see why we like to say that it's the Duck Donuts difference. The other concept is on another type of business, in the salon and beauty business. It's called Blow Dry Bar, and it's a Canadian concept that is starting its international expansion. It is well developed in the US, well developed in Canada, and what they do is they offer hair services, blow dry services, and makeup. They don't do anything else. It's a very simple operation, very low cost investment. They cater to the women that want to have their hair done and fixed up and blow dried very quickly. They have a subscription program, so you can pay a monthly fee and you can get, one blow dry a week. And obviously the makeup piece also comes with their own products, as well as some promotions. And it's a very interesting service. They do also service to the home. They've done this for patients that need, that have been recovering from some sort of recovery in the hospital and they need to be home. They will actually go to the home and make sure that the patient, the lady is feeling better by having this service, and as well as having the makeup service they do for brides, for parties, etc. So both are very different concepts, the same type of opportunity in terms of the area development opportunities. Global driver is only in Canada and the US at this time, so it's wide open for most of the markets. Appreciate the time. I am running a little late, so I'm sorry if I went too quick, but any questions, any follow-up?
That was great. First of all, Marcel, I want to thank you for your flexibility and, of course, finishing your presentation. There was not a lot of questions. Just one popped up. I'm going to ask very quick because I know you're pressed for time. And that was about turning simple products like donuts into luxury or high quality material. Like you mentioned, the Ferrari of donuts. So is this like a new trend here? How do we turn seemingly simple things into reputable brands, things like donut, for example?
Well, I think it caters to the need of the consumer to get what he feels is a special and unique product, so he can design his own donut. And we've seen that in other industries. The burger, the pizza has now transcended into being a gourmet burger, a gourmet pizza. Donut is following the same. I guess I call it the evolution of the donut. Is now you no longer have to wait to see what's on the rack, and if you don't have what you like, you just have to take what's there. Now you can actually choose what you want. And, very much like a Ferrari, there's not that many out there, but when you see one and you sit in one, you know the difference.
Wow. It makes me want to have one right away, but thank you very much for your time, Marcel. It was a great presentation. I wish you the very best and hopefully success with your businesses.
Thank you very much again. And I'm happy to come back as needed, and best of luck to the program.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Now I'm going to move on to our next speaker, David Jove. And David is the Dono Modern Online Education Platform from Latvia. He's today with us to share with us his presentation regarding this online education trend. So David, are you with us?
Yes.
Fantastic. So David, the stage is yours. Go ahead. We'd like to hear from your presentation.
Thank you, Daniel. Hello, everyone. I'm here on behalf of the company called Dono. What we do is we try to modernize the online learning market, kinda. I don't know. Can I present? Can I do the presentation, or you want me to?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, so let me try to share the screen. Okay, so that should do it. Can you see the screen, right?
Of course, you can go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so gonna try not to take too much of your time overall. So we are a rather young company trying to improve the current market of online education and e-learning and kind of stay in home, improve your skills kind of pattern. So we are a rather, like I said, new company. We started several years ago with the launching of the development of the product, and there are certain reasons for this, right? So first of all, as you can see, and as you probably know, the whole online education market was growing steadily over the past years, right? But in the last couple of years, with all the COVID and stay-at-home regulations all over the world, the amount of people forced to stay at home and trying to find a way to get new skills, maybe for a new job, or just to kill the time and improve their skills and learn something new for whatever reasons, something that they always wanted to do but never had the time, that number of people increased dramatically. So like I said, we started the development in 2019, and we launched the product finally in October of 2021. And just in half a year, we actually broke even with the product. So the reason for this, is, as stated previously, is in our opinion, is mainly COVID. People were forced to spend more time with themselves, and they actually were trying to find a way to keep this time valuable and not to let it go to waste. So That being said, we didn't expect to kind of for our platform to be picked up so fast, but obviously we take pride in the result and the quality of the service that we provide. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the product itself and what it does and how we build the platform. So that's the list of the classes and products kind of that were made available to our clients, right? So the way the platform works is you have live tutors or teachers, professors, and students, which is our end clientele, and people who want to learn something new, right? So they could be of any age, any occupation, they could be anywhere in the world, but they are brought together with the idea that they want to learn something new, right? So this is a platform that's designed specifically for the professors and teachers to be able to communicate their knowledge, to transfer their knowledge to the students or adults willing to learn something new, right? So so we decided once we saw the revenue and we understood that the product is actually appealing to the general public, to the greater population, we sought the idea of increasing of scaling the product through the franchising opportunities. So the way that we want to try and grow our brand is to go exclusively by the country. So we're looking for partners who would be interested to partner up with us and obtain the license, the exclusive license to open up the company in their country, or it could be any country, right? Because some people ask us, so if I live, let's say, in Poland, can I only get the license for Poland? The answer is no. You can get any country, as long as we don't have another person working in this country, because obviously we want our brand to be good looking, have a very good reputation. We don't want different people kind of battling for the same country or within the same market, right? We want it to be like steady, robust, and like appealing to the general public. So any person who would be willing to partner up with us would get an exclusive right to a certain country of their choice once the agreement is signed and everything, right? And we offer licenses for 5 and 10 years. Also, the reason why, because sometimes people ask us whether we would be willing to for a more short-term license. And again, we're thinking about the reputation, so we want to work with serious people who would be willing to invest in a long-term project and who are, let's say, serious about their business and about our brand as well, right? So that's that. So the operational and the integration that would take place is as follows. So our platform, first of all, is secure and well maintained, right? It's the same platform, like meaning that if an update comes up, all the platforms around the world will get this update. We have our own developed built-in video player, meaning you don't have to rely on Skype or Zoom or other platforms that may get certain updates that would require other people to update as well, like IT stuff. So the integration, again, once the agreement is signed, we provide all the setup and all the maintenance to bring the country up and running in the term within like 1 to 2 months, meaning that we provide the full IT solution, right? We also provide the legal sorry, looking for the for the word, legal support, right? Also the what's called the payment system, right? Depending on the country, there might be different requirements for the payment system, for the banks, everything. So we take care of the payment system to make sure that the solution works in the country of our partner's choice. Same with the bank, same with the language, right? Any languages that are required on the market, we can do the translations and prepare the system for running in that country. There obviously are a lot of like minor details and numbers. We would be more than happy to provide all the information upon request. It would just take me a little bit longer, obviously, than the time frame that we have allocated for this product. What else? So just to kind of summarize, right? The product that we offer is an online learning solution. It's a turnkey solution that would be provided for an exclusive market of a full country of the choice of the partner, right? So, like I said, it's secured. We provide languages, we provide payment solutions, we provide all the integration required from the IT stuff. We can also provide the marketing solution, but it's more depends on the decision of the partner, because some countries work differently on the market. So what works on one market might not work as well on the other market. So this decision basically rests on the shoulders of the partner. They can work with us on the marketing solutions, or they can work with any other company that they know may provide certain results for a certain market. I would be happy to answer any questions if there are any inquiries.
Right.
Obviously, I'm sorry, just one more thing.
Right.
Obviously, I wasn't able to kind of to get into greater details, but if there are certain questions, I would be more than happy to do so.
Absolutely, for sure. The first thing, of course, your platform seems to be quite promising, but when it comes to education, two things are extremely important: the quality of education and certification process. So when you're offering all these training IT platform, basically franchising to different countries, you mentioned there's only one person per country. What about the process of selecting the courses, the instructors, and more importantly, the certification process?
Right. Great questions. Yes, I definitely should have kind of went into more details, but again, time frame. So, the way the platform works is that we aim to invite not only the students, but also professionals in different areas, right? So they bring their knowledge with them, and they offer the courses that they want. We, on our side, keep the a registration process as easy as possible, as simple and fast as possible, but we double check the requirements for the courses. We keep an eye on the courses from our side. We try to maintain the certification if required for certain courses, to make sure that obviously the information provided and the topics covered in the course are relevant, needed, because people are paying for it. So obviously we want to make sure that the information transferred to the students is relevant and actual, and not just, some made up things from someone who just wants to have fun. Obviously, there could be non-serious topics as well, and non-serious classes as well, right? Because for as long as there is a demand, right? So the good thing about the platform is it acts as a marketplace. So there are professors and teachers and people offering their knowledge, and if there is a demand for their knowledge, there will be students for those classes, right? If there are no students, obviously the class will not survive for long.
Fantastic. Thank you, David, for your presentation. You answered the question, and it was a great and well thought out and well detailed presentation. Thank you very much. Wish you success with your platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. My next speaker is Ralph Ilya Kokazaki. and he is obviously the franchising manager in franchising Saudi Arabia, and he's here right now with us to share with us his presentation. So, Ralph, do you hear me?
Yes. Good evening.
Fantastic,
Good morning,
Ralph.
everyone.
The stage is
How are you?
yours. We would like to hear you and to hopefully understand what your ideas are all about. Let's go.
Okay. So first of all, I'm very honored to be with you guys through this webinar. So I will start my briefing and we will talk about the franchising market in Saudi Arabia and what is actually happening right now in the Saudi market, which is one of the largest now in the world. So I will start sharing my PowerPoint with you guys.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So I hope everyone now can see it.
We all see it. You can go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, I will introduce something that is happening in the next few days. Actually, in the next 5 days, we will be holding our 6th edition of the National Franchise or the International Franchise Expo in KSA. So what are the basis for this? Why is the market doing so well in Saudi Arabia? Actually, everybody knows this is a country that relies on gas and oil, but through the last, like, let's say 5 years ago, everything has started to change. We are talking about not working with the gas and oil anymore, not depending on the gas and oil economy anymore. So we are helping the small and medium businesses, entrepreneurs and entrepreneurships are working extremely well. So this expo aims to do what? This expo aims to meet with franchisors, potential franchisees, investors. We have so many brands coming from the USA, from Europe, so many brands that are newly to the market, the Middle Eastern market and the GCC market. We have you guys coming, hopefully top franchises coming, World Franchise Associates are coming with more than 18 brands from the USA, Europe, Asia. So what we'll be having, we will having also some meetings to know about the Saudi market and why everyone now they are aiming through to get to Saudi Arabia. Forget about Dubai, forget about Bahrain, forget about these countries. Actually, in the next 4 to 5 years, you will not be hearing about anymore nor Dubai nor Abu Dhabi. You will be hearing about Saudi Arabia, hopefully, and Riyadh especially. So what we are talking about, this is the 6th edition of the expo. Our aim is to introduce franchisors to potential franchisees and why not master franchisees, and we are focusing this time in this expo, we are focusing on something called the master franchisees. Why master franchisees? Because the Saudi market is that much huge that it can hold on and it can master franchisees can invest here in Saudi Arabia. So let me go through this one, and of course you can find us everyone on this infranexpo.ksa.com to check about the expo that is happening in the next few days. So the last numbers that the economics or the Saudi Economic Ministry they have issued that only the value of annual fees and royalties the past year what was $1.3 billion. So imagine how much this number is big, and they are expecting an increase between 12 to 15% per year in this value alone, fees and royalties. So Saudi Arabia is the prime consumer in the region of in the Middle East and the GCC. And the government are playing a huge role. Actually, now they made some department in the Ministry of Commerce just specialized for franchising. What the name is Munsha'at. So they are specialized in franchising, and later on we will go through this issue about Munsha'at, what they are doing actually. And the population here in Saudi Arabia is young, they are not old. And they are always open for new ideas, new brands coming, whether from outside or even they are making their huge, some amazing ideas they are making here in Saudi Arabia. And why is that? Because actually the capita or the income per Saudi is high, and it is the higher here in the GCC. So if we can compare it to other countries, we are talking about a normal average person can open a small shop or a coffee shop or a restaurant or whatever sector he wants to work in, as simple as he can. Why? Because banks are making good offerings, banks are helping, the government is helping, and they are encouraging the young population to open new businesses, to have new ideas. And the problem in the franchising here sector in Saudi Arabia, that it is about 80% aiming through F&B. Now we are encouraging them. We are encouraging, let's say, hospitals. We are encouraging phone medicals, medical services to expand with franchising, because here the culture is franchising equals F&B. No, guys, franchising equal everything. You can make franchising through everything. You can make franchising by having a company of taxi cars. You can make franchising with medicine, with anything you want, even engineering offices. So we are encouraging this sector. Forget about F&B. F&B is already known for a franchising. Why not take it to the next level? I will make now the second slide be about the retail industry values forecast through this year and the next year. If you look at it, KSA is always the number one. Growth between 2018 and 2023 is 12%. Okay, UAE is the growth has 16%, but if you look at the amount, there is a difference of $53 million between the two countries. Also about the retailing values in US million dollars, also we can check it. It's $113 million as a total value. And non-store retailing values for the KSA is $5.653 billion till next year. And the thing that happened in Saudi Arabia, and I want everyone to focus on this, if you can see the numbers of 19, 20, and 21, when everyone dropped down, Saudi Arabia went up. Why? Because the franchising market through this period of COVID-19, the franchising market has worked something, I don't know what happened. It was a big surprise for us in the market, in the Saudi market, that the business of retailing, the business of F&B, and I'm specifying F&B, in the franchising market went up 30%. And even with the lockdowns, why? Because they made a system here, the government, you can take deliveries and you can, like everywhere else, but it increased the business and it forced, and the value of the franchising market, the one I showed you in the slide before, the 13 to 15% increase when in 2019 and 20 alone, it was 6.5% of this increase, meaning 50%. So imagine during coronavirus, the franchising market went up like, let's say, $800 million. The next slide I will talk about is franchising in Saudi Arabia is a growth business model. As I explained why, it's a huge market, it's a rich market, it's a rich population, and all the services are there. All the services anyone needs is here. As an foreign investor or a local investor, you can find everything easy to work with. Governmental issues, governmental papers, governmental documentations are very easy. You can make them in 5 minutes. You can issue them through electronic system. You don't need to visit any ministry or any building or any people, any person. Just you link in inside the government links. You make your papers, you prepare them. So it's an e-government that made the life easier for all investors. Franchising will continue to be an ideal business model for SME expansion, as I mentioned before. Competitive landscape, more open than other developed markets. And what do I mean by this? Most of the popularity, they live in urban areas. So the main cities, they have huge empty landscapes. and they are ready to give you as a franchisee or as a franchisor or as an investor. They are ready to give you these lands to work with it, to invest in it, and make your own, let's say, strip malls, whatever you want to make. So the huge landscapes, even now in 2022, you drive through as a Riyadh, let's say, you find the huge landscapes which are empty. So it's a competition for all the owners to have these landscapes and work with them and develop them. Opportunities beyond F&B and retail, as I mentioned, we are trying to guide the market. Not guys, just don't focus on the F&B and retail. Go past them, go to other companies, other sectors of this business. New and exciting brands from all parts of the world entering Saudi Arabia. As I mentioned, we have huge amounts of brands coming from Spain, from with top franchise that are bringing their brands with them. We have, as I mentioned, World Franchise Associates. They are bringing with them 18 brands just to invest here in Saudi Arabia, and they are searching for master franchisees. They are searching for someone with a huge mentality to open in the Saudi market. Now, laws and relationship franchisor to franchisee. As I mentioned a little bit before, franchise laws and regulations have changed. What happened? Munsha'at, or the Ministry of Commerce, they have opened an office, or let's say a sector called Munsha'at. They are specialized in franchising only. They don't do anything else but franchising. They put the right laws. They put the draft, they made the draft of some guidelines for unified franchise agreement. They already made a unified franchise agreement, which will, with all the essential points covering royalties and legal issues. And even they guided you, they made, let's say in the Department of Justice, they have now a small room that it is just specialized for franchising and all these issues, monetary issues. If there is a bad relationship or there had been a problem between the franchisor and the franchisee, now they have specialized courts for this. So what did the government make? First of all, they made some investment in this Munsha'at. They told everybody, let's start with making a unifying guidelines and franchise agreement or contracts. Why they made this issue? Actually, yesterday I was talking to someone who is the manager in this Munsha'at. They don't need any problems between franchisee and franchisors. So they made these laws very clear, very simplified. You work with this, just put your names, put your numbers, and that's it. Your contract is ready. And also, they added a structure, as you can see it in the third point, added a structure and protection for franchisees. Why? Because there have been big problems that the franchisor, they want to control the franchisees with an illegal, or let's say obsessive way. So they made these rules to protect both parties. Franchisor and franchisee relationship clearly defined in these contracts. They know, we say, franchisor, this is you. Franchisee, this is you guys. This is the way you work together. We don't need any problems. We need to grow this market and not make it have any problems. So
Very
the government.
well said, Ralph. Would you please somehow wrap it up, basically, because we have to, finish the time here. So if you like to somehow wrap it up very quickly in less than 30 seconds, we'd be glad to actually.
I have finished, exactly. This is the last point. So I encourage everyone, Daniel, I encourage everyone to come and invest here in Saudi Arabia. I invite everyone, they can attend our exhibition, our expo that is happening on the 12th of June here in Saudi Arabia. They are most welcome, and you can follow us, as I said before, in this link in infraexpo.com. And thank you so much. I am honored that I have participated.
It was a pleasure, Ralph. Just before I let you go, final quick question. You mentioned about this exhibition from June 12th to June 14th. Is there any limitations now or restrictions regarding the COVID? Is it easy for people to actually come to the exhibition?
Yes. It's very easy. No restrictions needed. Just ask about if you need a PCR test. Some countries, they are asking them to make a PCR test. Some countries, no. That's it, but nothing
well.
else.
Fantastic. So hopefully we'll look forward to see you during the exhibition. And thank you
Yes,
very
of course.
much
You'll be
for
coming,
presentation.
Daniel, right?
That's right, Daniel. Hopefully
Yeah,
see you in Saudi
I
Arabia.
will see you there.
All right. Have a good one.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
You're
I'm
welcome.
honored.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Take care. Now
Bye-bye.
I'm going to move on to our next speaker, Catherine Kahlo. She is here and she's the franchising director of Robo. She's now with us to share with us her ideas regarding franchising. So I would like to now move on to you.
Yes, hello. Thank you very much. And could you please demonstrate my presentation?
Fantastic. You can go ahead and
Is
start
it
with
possible?
your presentation without any problems.
No, I don't have any problems. I see that you demonstrate, so we could start. First of all, I would like to thanks to the organizers for invitation to this conference. It's a big honor for me to be here. And hope you have a nice day. Let me start. Let me introduce Robo Company that started as producer of educational robotic sets for children 10 years ago and become for now international network of programming, robotics, and 3D printing schools for children. So here I am, Catherine Kahlo, franchising director, and here is our global website. So this is our results. For this moment, 100,000 children are studied Robo at schools and Robo clubs. Near 27 countries and more use our goods and services and curriculum in the schools and in private schools and clubs, and more than 150 franchises clubs opened for this time, and 470 schools work with Robo classes. It's our equipment and our curriculum. And the next slide, please. Our key achievements and results that in 2013 and 2014 we become winners of the Google Rise Awards. So this is a competition of the Google called Roots in Science and Engineering, and we show our equipment for educational purposes. And 2014 we win in Finlanding and was invited to Finnish government to open office in Finland, and we have opportunity to collaborate with best Finnish university. As you see, we work with the Helsinki University, Lappeenranta Technological University, and Aalto University, and with a methodological community of Helsinki University who help us to create the best curriculum for the global network. And in 2019, we become winner of the Startup Fukuoka City Awards and have opportunity and invitation from the Japanese government to open our club, our offices in Japan. For now, we have offices in Fukuoka and Tokyo. And 2 months ago, we start to operate in China, in Nanjing. And in 2021, Robo Club become a winner of the Next Gen School Solution by EdTech Breakthrough Awards. So, and the next slide, please. Okay, and what problem we solve in our network? We solve problem of the world education, because modern technology education taught us magic and shaped thinking and the spirit of the black box. So we don't know what is on our smartphone. We don't know what is inside in our computer, and children become only users of technology, but not the innovators. So Robo suggests solution for this. And next slide, please. It's an open source solution for education. So children could use open source solutions and make their own project in this open source solution. So all curriculum, all our educational program use only open source solution for all way of education of our kids. And the next slide, please. The next one problem, it's under renowned educational concept STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Schools are paying not enough attention for technology and engineering. And as you know, we learn science, physics, chemistry, mathematics, but not technology and not engineering. So Robo combine online software and technology engineering options. And next slide, please. We add also art as a 3D printing and 3D modeling and robotics to create their own electronic device and suggest robot solution for technological education for your kids. It's called STREAM: Science, Technology, Engineering, Mathematics, Art and Robotics. So the next slide, please. And we made a unique curriculum for each age groups. So we invite children from 5 years old and teach them for the 15 years old. And they go step by step from playing technologies, after that studying technologies, after that create their own electronic devices, and after that could develop their own projects and participate in scientific and technical competitions. And after that, in the stage of invent, our educational process stopped. So, and after that, we have a dream that our students, after learning in Robo Club, has opportunity to open their own startup, to create their own software or hardware startup and launch a business and export their technology to the global market. So we learn programming, 3D prototyping, mechanics, microelectronics, and other subjects to these purposes. And the next slide, please. Also, we create technological innovation. So we create the set of equipment and the educational complex to allow children to be truly creators and innovators. And the next slide, please. And our solution, technological solution, equipment solution, easy to use, designed for mass adoption and designed and manufactured in Finland. And the next one, it's how it looked like. So in the first step, next slide, please, and how our equipment looks like. So as you see, it's transparent body of the equipment, and the kids could see everything inside and how it works. And our technologies are open source. Our hardware is also open source. So we have the scheme how to make this equipment for yourself. And the next slide, please. So our mission is to prepare people for a promising, highly paid creative profession in the world of the future, where all the monotonous work is done by robots. And it's the list of the profession we prepare to our kids. So, and what we do for this mission. Next slide, please. We have two products in the EdTech market. First product is for the school, private school or state school. It's called RoboClass for education. It consists in 3 parts. It's hardware, our equipment, software, our open source solution. It's a curriculum, very detailed lessons plan, and teachers training. So if you have your educational institution, you can add RoboClass in your institution right now. And the second one is, and the second one slide, it's a Robo Club. It's for entrepreneurs, for business. It's a franchise. It consists of 4 parts. It's hardware, software, curriculum, and teachers training, and also Robo brand, opportunity to use it in your commercial actions, and know-how business model. So we know how to pay, how to earn money in this business. And the next slide. This what advantages for franchise have our potential franchisee and franchisee. But in my opinion, the most important thing is curriculum, because it's unique, and equipment, because we know it very well and know how to work with it and how to earn money in this business model. And the next slide, it's a business model option. About our franchise, so you could open offline school, online school, or both of them to combine a good combination, online school and offline club in your region. And the next slide, it's about the market. So as you see, fast-growing market of educational robots will almost double in 2 years. So every year, yearly, this market grows, and we suggest you to join us, to join our network also. So please, next slide. Our key message is, if you want your child to have a high-paying profession in the future, send the child to study in the nearest Robo Club. And if there is no Robo Club near your house, open in according to our franchise. And the next one slide, it's our suggestion, our Robo Partnership Program. So we invite franchisees, master franchisees, local partners, and distributors to cooperate. So join our fast-growing network and earn money with us doing what you love, useful and social business. And the next one, please. Yeah, so I'm finished. You can call us or mail us. Yeah, thank you very much for your attention.
Well, first of all, I should say thank you, or kiitos, as they say in Finland. So thank you very much for your presentation. Just one quick question I got about the business aspects. So in your course, you mentioned you're going to somehow combine the science and math and engineering with arts. Do you also offer any practical business and entrepreneurial training to your basically students so they can actually start their own business, or it's mainly tailored towards those who would like to improve their technical knowledge?
First of all, we give them the basic knowledges of engineering, technology, robotics, coding, and so on. But the main thing that after the basic program, they have 3 years of project work. So they play different roles in the team. It's a leader, team lead of the team. It's a coder, it's a 3D designer, it's a microelectronic engineer, and they create their own project. And we have 2 international events that we conduct for ourselves. It's a Scratch Olympiad and Robo Festival, so they could show their result, their projects on these international events. And also in the last year of education, we have a subject as a how to make their startups. So we'll teach them how to make the startups. Okay. And the Robo was a startup 10 years ago. So we know everything. We know everything about
startups,
ventures and so on. Yes.
And you teach them to do the same thing. Very nice.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Great to hear from you, Catherine. Thank you very much for presentation. It was great and very useful. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. I'm going to move on now to Felix DeWitt. He's here again, the ex-master franchisee of the estate agency Remax and Saya Dubai. Felix, it's great to see you again for today's conference. The stage is yours. Go ahead. We'd like to hear from you.
Hi, Daniel. Nice to meet you again. Let me share my screen with you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself a little bit. I'm Felix DeWitt. I'm from the Netherlands in Europe. In my first part of my life, I was 20 years serving the Dutch Army as an officer. And later on, I started my real estate career, but actually selling houses and listing houses was not a challenge for me. So I decided to invest in a master franchise. I traveled all over the world. That's because I'm in the franchise industry for more than 25 years. And when your customers are located all over the world, sometimes you have to visit them to help them to expand their franchise. Remax is an international real estate brand originally founded in the USA. They are actually the #1 real estate brand, and they are really, it's really exciting to work with independent contractors there. And why did I start at Remax? Because I wanted to change the real estate industry in my country. And the opportunity to build something for myself, but not by myself. That's always when you join a franchise, you are not alone. You can share your experiences. You can learn from experience from others. And that's what I figured out in my 12th year of my life that I joined Remax. And I'm a winner, and I always like to join the best. That was the reason I chose for Remax. I sold actually more than 100 unit franchises in my life. I started in 1998 with Remax. And we get you see, we had a continued grow every year. And in 2008, 2009, we get a crisis in the real estate industry. And that's the reason it dropped down a little bit. After my real estate career, I started a new company, Schalkshof Management and Consultancy. And my main goal is to support international franchisors. It doesn't matter in which continent they live, to help them to expand their brand. And I'm working close together with an incredible company, topfranchise.com. This is actually the platform I sell all my franchises through. We get 5 million visitors in last year. And always when I have a new brand, we promote it on topfranchise.com and we can find the leads for them. I'm very honored that sometimes I'm a speaker at their conferences live as well before the pandemic, and on this global conference is virtual, and I really like to do that. When you want to build a big business, when you are in the franchise industry, even when you are a franchisee or a franchisor, there's one solution for success. You need a small focus. I made the mistake myself when I started my master franchise company. My focus was too big. I wanted to do everything by myself, and that was actually not good. And this is what I train on a daily basis to my customers, existing franchisors. Our support package that we can deliver, and I'm talking together with Top Franchise, we are building a European company when you want to do that, because you have to realize that Europeans, after the pandemic from the last 2 years, the franchise industry is actually booming. But I figured out that the Euro people like to work together with European-based companies. We prepare all the legal documents for you for a master and a unit franchise agreement and the franchise operations manual. You have to realize that the franchise law in every continent is different. And one of the rules in the franchise industry in Europe is that you need a franchise operations manual. And of course, this is actually what I like the most of my job, selling the first master for you as a flagship unit. The 5 qualities of a successful franchisor, it's not only based about my own experience, but this is what I see on a daily basis. They succeeded in their own career. They know lots about the sector where they are active in. They are a real brand champion. They make it easy to access support, and they listen to and respect franchisees. You always have to realize when you are a franchisor, your most important assets are actually your franchisees. You can have an incredible brand, you can have an incredible company with a good portfolio. Your franchisees are the most important. They are your ambassadors. Last year, we developed together with Top Franchise an incredible brand from Dubai, just to show you that even when we are sitting in Europe here, we can support franchisors from Dubai as well. It's an incredible, great brasserie cafe franchise. And after a couple of months, we developed the brand. We sold the first franchise in Leicester, the United Kingdom, and we are now negotiating for Norway and Portugal as well. We are working for international franchisors that I told you. Here you see some brands, brands from all of the countries, all of the continents. And one of the newest of them is Repose. That's actually a franchise in the wellness industry, based and located and founded in London, United Kingdom. You have always to realize people can be divided into 3 groups. Those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who ask what happened. Don't just stand there, do something. You will realize that people that have the qualities to be a franchisee or franchisor, they always do something. It's always time for action. And please realize the pandemic has a big advantage that the franchise industry is booming right now. And I recommend all of the listener franchisors try to figure out if this is probably the right time to expand your brand to other continents in the world. Expansion for opportunities in franchisor are incredible in Europe, Africa, Asia, and especially in the United Arab Emirates. I just told you the top franchise.com platform with 5 million visitors last year. This is our tool, how we can find potential franchisees for you. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a big honor for me to do my presentation for you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. It was great to be with you, Felix. Great performance. And yes, we watched you, but we're not going to ask you what happened. That's not going to be asked here. Overall, it was a very solid performance. And you mentioned about your new franchises. Just one quick question I had, and that was about your own ideas about how it's going to expand in this year. Because as we know, many investors are concerned about the economic trends, especially in Europe. So what do you think about the near future regarding franchising, particularly inside of the European Union?
I think that franchisees are investors, entrepreneurs that want to invest their money and their time in a franchise. They are not so looking for unit franchisees. The big guys, they want to work on a master franchise. What I see right now, master franchising was always popular. I joined the master in 1998 myself, and I see there's a lot of potential right now in Europe for masters. So, and this is the reason, for example, when I work with Saya, I recommended her, please let us build a master franchise when we find an investor for a country like mine, for example, the Netherlands. He is more interested to join the master concept and the unit, and his goal is then that he sell the units by himself.
Fantastic. It's really reassuring, and thank you one more time, Felix, for your performance. Pretty amazing. Looking forward to hearing from you soon in the future.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Have a nice
Now,
day.
the speaker is Jigar Doriwala from India, the CEO of Tenacious. Jigar, are you with us? If so, go ahead, and you can actually begin the presentation. Jigar, do you hear us? Oh, yes.
Yes, I
Good to see
can.
you again, my friend. It's the second time I'm seeing you, and looking forward to have your presentation with us regarding your franchise. Go ahead.
Yes, we do. We do. Thanks for that, Daniel. So I can share my screen.
Yes, you can go ahead and share your screen.
Okay. Okay, are you able to see my screen now?
Everything is clear. You can now go ahead with your presentation.
Great. Thanks for that, Daniel. So myself, Jigar Doriwala, and I'm going to introduce today is how anybody can start their own digital agency or an IT company without knowing a single line of code. So what we do, we are a full service digital agency. We provide website development, mobile apps development, search engine optimization, and complete marketing automation for small and medium-sized businesses. Let me introduce and give you a quick introduction about me. Our mission is to help entrepreneurs across the world to start their own digital marketing agency without any risk. I completed my bachelor's in information technology in Australia in the year 2002. And because of that tech knowledge, I saw a boom in year 2010. And that's the time when I decided to move from Australia to India and set up my own venture. One of the reasons I did that is because India has 23% of world's tech team. So it helps me in establishing the strong tech team over here. I have been in the business from last 11 years, and we have helped hundreds of businesses in going online with website, app, marketing automation, and digital marketing. Currently, we are servicing more than 15 countries across the world. We have partners as well, and we have recently launched a very brand new food ordering app where we plan to help restaurant owners to go online globally with zero upfront investment. So what are the industry trends and why Tenacious Tech is? If you see, it's one of the fastest growing industry, and more tech unicorns are there in 2022 than ever before. Plus, mobile application market is the fastest growing market in the world, and every country is having the mobile first strategy if they want to win the customers. And smartphone sales also have surpassed desktop and laptops, so more people are operating from smartphones. One of the unicorn in India is not providing online ordering system on their website anymore. They are just focused on that mobile app. And as you see, the valuation of like apps like WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, and many more are into millions of dollars because of the engagement they have. Plus, since COVID, freelancing is also becoming very fast growing, and many people have quit their job and started their online business, selling courses and digital products. And this is where we are helping entrepreneurs as well. So what's unique about Tenacious Tech is partner program? Well, we allow anybody to start their own web development designing agency, and the best part is with zero risk. That means you can work part-time and full-time, and we help you in getting your investment back. So the main feature is zero risk. We have so many products and services that if you work part-time and full-time, we guarantee you that you're going to make your investment back within 12 to 16 weeks. Secondary, full training and support. If you're not from a tech background, then we provide you the full training tools which you need in order to start your own IT company, plus a full support team for development. So you don't need to have recurring expenses to have set up an office, to pay wages, etc. Lead generation. We also have an exclusive program where we help you in generating leads. So the only thing you have to do is go and close the leads. Multiple products. We have multiple products which you can promote to a potential business owner. That is website, CRM, consulting, ticketing system, food ordering system, search engine optimizers, and many more, which will give you recurring income every month once you have a client on board. Plus, it's a very booming industry. You don't have to spend any money on creating your own marketing material. We will share all the marketing material and ads which we are creating for our own products. It's a winning business model, because we make money when our partners make money as well. So who can become a partner? What we look for in our partners? Mostly agencies, graphic designers, signage and printing companies, individuals who have tech background but doesn't have any big investment to set up their own venture, entrepreneurs looking to start their own business, independent IT consultant, or a computer and POS vendor. We look for sales and marketing skills because that is what you need if you want to sustain in any business, and a project management skills. What makes us different than any other business opportunity over there? So this is the only program which gives you a assured return and full support. It's not an automated training where you go on your own. We do a lot of hand holding. Whenever you get stuck, you have a personal person who will always there to support you. Our products are related to social, local, mobile, and internet marketing space, which is growing very rapidly. Our simple model is designed to market our products in major territories. And our technical and digital expertise will help you focus on business development, sales, and consulting only. That means your focus is not cluttered. And our training will help you in achieving desired targets. What you need is just a computer and a smartphone, so you can travel across the world and keep doing the same business. You don't need to have an office premises. You can operate from any part of the world. No stock or inventory to keep, no real estate you need. You can work on your own hours, very minimum overhead, and you can work on your own, or if you don't want to work full-time, then you can have a 1 or 2 staff. So these are some of the partners and testimonials, and these are some of the websites we have developed. 24 karat suite. So if you want, I can just give a quick look. to you, like what type of products we can develop, have developed for the client. Very quick look. So the you know the type of design we do. Then we have this client from United States as well, and they are ranking #1 on number of keywords in Los Angeles, which is a very highly competitive keyword. So as you see, this is a design we have developed, complete development SEO and strategy. And this is the app website we have developed for a suite e-commerce websites. So when you join us, you have this amazing portfolio to show to your potential customers, which will help you in generating closing your leads very easily. And these are some of the partners we have already appointed across the world. Fergie from Portugal, Tasha from US, Gitabin also from US. Then we are also in Kenya, and we are also in Tanzania. Ahmed have just opened a center in UAE, and we have other partners which I have not mentioned over here. So we are looking for partners currently across Australia, UK, Scotland, Singapore, Middle East, Africa, and USA and South America. If you want to start your own fast-growing company and start your own agency, you can apply over here on this link, or you can connect with me on my email or WhatsApp.
Very well. Thank you very much, Jigar. Great. Very well said. Just, you showed us one of your websites and it was quite impressive. Very good. You know, I really enjoyed looking at it. Very well designed. Just one question popped, and that was about the possibility of also building apps for these websites. So is it just the website, or is there any possibility of perhaps linking that to an application?
So our full solution is hybrid. So 24 Carat Seats also have an Android app. So we also do hybrid apps. So we have recently, I don't know if you can see still see my screen. I'm just going to do a quick Google search. We have also made an app for podcasts, and currently we are building cross-platform apps on Flutter. So we code in one language, but the app can develop in both, Android and iPhone.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we do also provide app as well.
Hybrid approach that has both the web and the application.
Plus the digital marketing and marketing automation, that is the CRM system, where we kind of use the parties and integrate the whole website with that. So it's a full solution, one-stop shop for our clients. We also do videos, animation and everything.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Jigar. Another great presentation, and we truly appreciate your time being here with us.
Yes. Thanks, Daniel, for the opportunity. Thank you.
My pleasure. And my last speaker is Jennifer Lee from LeBerry Bakery from the US. So Jennifer, are you with us? And if so, you can go ahead and begin your presentation.
Yes, I am definitely. Okay, I'm co-host
so,
now.
I can actually just begin with the speech until we load. Now you have the screen as well. Go ahead.
Okay, excellent. So sorry for that, but my name is Dr. Jennifer Lay. I'm actually a healthcare provider in the United States, a professor and a researcher, pharmacist. So I became an entrepreneur about 4 years ago, largely because I got tired of treating diseases. I wanted to prevent disease, which is heart disease. And this is how I developed plant-based health conscious living concept that two industries. So what does plant-based mean? We all heard of the word vegan, and it's a cuss word, unfortunately, to some people in the United States. But I think that over the years, with the advancement of different ways of combining plant-based ingredients, the quality of what we have in our flour and substitute has augmented significantly. So when we look at the donut industry alone, for example, the compound annual growth rate is about 5%. But when we think about gluten-free and vegan food, it's actually doubled. So there's certainly a growing market for plant-based food as well as gluten-free, largely because of dietary reasons and food allergies. And this was more of a recent, it was in the last year, in 2021, where we saw actually a much greater growth in plant-based food. So it went up in the 3-year dollar growth is about 54%. And the pandemic actually brought interest in plant-based food so much more, a lot higher than we anticipated. So what does plant-based vegan mean? It means that we cannot use eggs, milk, or butter in any of our products because these are from animal sources. So vegan 100% plant-based means absolutely no animal product, and it cannot be derived from an animal either. So where we make our products is everything is plant-based. We use coconut, nuts, soy, berries, all the variety of nuts, as you can see here, and we just blend it together to give it that special taste. So our products do not compromise in taste at all. In fact, we can produce an entire cake, an entire donuts. We have pies, cupcakes, etc., that are all 100% plant-based, and we do carry a gluten-free side as well, but we have not compromised in taste at all. So if you have two deliciously looking donut, one is plant-based and one is not, and they say taste equivalently, what would you eat? Obviously, you would choose the plant-based. And let me tell you why, largely because of heart disease. We know that there's a good cholesterol, bad cholesterol, and the ugly, which is the fat that's particularly saturated and trans fat. And the bad cholesterol, LDL, is largely coming from animal source. And this is what causes atherosclerosis in our body. As you can see here, it's just the narrowing of the blood vessels. And this is what heart attack and strokes. And by eating plant-based food, we're preventing heart disease. Because why? Plant-based food has zero cholesterol, zero saturated and trans fats, which we call animal fats, because we don't use butter, meat, cheese, or dairy in our products. And just as a demonstration here, if you look at the traditional label of a regular donut versus a vegan donut here, you can see that the fat content is about 15% with saturated fat of 23, and there's cholesterol. Where if you look at the label for fat and cholesterol for a vegan donut, it's next to none. As particularly for the fat, there's no trans or saturated fat. So amazing, isn't it? Where you can actually eat a donut without feeling guilty. And that's what we want to be known for. And obviously with plant-based food, there is that vision for sustainability in that if it's easier and we use less resources to grow plants than we do animals. So in terms of cleaner air, better forests, and more water, we have that sustainability side to our brand. And so what we've done when we started this concept was to merge two industries, the bakery and donut. Currently, they're separate industries, very lucrative. We're talking about in the billions of dollars here. So what we've done is join these two industries for market disruption, and we shifted the market towards vegan and gluten-free food, largely because we see an increased profit with this. So rather than having distinct bakery and donut, we've merged those two. We just add a few more labor employee rather than getting a whole new facility, because we already have the facility. We just added more employees to be able to merge these two industries. And so there's increased overall profitability with this. And I know I'm biased because I say that our brand, our products is great, but it's not just from me. We've won numerous awards. In fact, we won first place at Donut Fest Los Angeles, winning out Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts. People were shocked that we were plant-based. He said, yeah, no cholesterol. And so we're very proud of that. And we've gotten so many other accolades like Best Donut, Best Bakery in the Southern California area since we've opened, actually. Our Yelp, Google, TripAdvisor rating is 4.5 stars or more. We got Amber Awards, we got Restaurant Google Awards. So we got the taste for sure. And we were featured on TV and news, and I've listed all there. So what we're trying to do now, we got approved by California for franchising, and hence we're growing in the United States, but we have interest also in Asia, Europe, Australia, and Canada. So anyone who's interested, please franchise out of the country, largely because we want to just not build one store there and put all the effort, but build multiple stores. And this is how it would look for a build out, at least in California. It vary between 250,000 to 600,000, depending on location. Obviously, if you know Hollywood, that would be a lot more expensive than a place like Montebello, for example. The initial fees and the royalties, as well as the marketing, are provided there. These are essentially just the steps that's needed to go through the process for franchising. And I know this is going to differ depending on the country, and we can discuss more if there's interest there. Now, I know before I said I'm a healthcare provider, so I don't have a strong business background, except for since 4 or 5 years ago when I first started this. So my partner, Renard Ledford, is my partner, amazing partner. He was with the Prime Group that he sold over. He started this company ago, but he's essentially a master franchisor. So he has been involved in, franchising Papa John's, Subways, Little Caesars, Universal, and in many different countries. So our company do come with the experience in franchising. And so he will be taking the lead in terms of developing franchise in the US as well as other countries. And that pretty much concludes what I have. So my role in the company is to really share what my vision is for our brand, as well as the health benefits behind what we do without any compromising in taste. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. You've already actually made me hungry. I just want to go grab one of these donuts right away and go for it. But got a couple of questions. Number one, you mentioned these are all vegan, 100% vegan, 100% plant-based. First of all, what about the range of donuts or other types of products that are currently available using this vegan system? Do you just focus on donuts, or do you plan to actually expand the different types of confectionaries or other material?
Yes, we have donut and bakery items. So bakery items, we have a vegan croissant, we have vegan muffins, vegan cookies. You got to try our vegan pies. Oh my gosh, I had for the first time kidney bean pies that my partner did, and it was so amazing. It was vegan. It's like, wow, I'm gonna have this for Thanksgiving now, every Thanksgiving. So we want to be known as a brand known for everything sweet under the sky. That's plant-based without cholesterol, because on a personal story, I was diagnosed with hypercholesterolemia 5 years ago. And that's what got me. I'm healthy. I do yoga and all this. It's like, how can I have high cholesterol? And so, of course, I don't like medications. I know I'm a pharmacist, but I am the least compliant person to me when it comes to taking drugs. So I said, let's do this on a daily basis, because I do believe in prevention of disease. Just like, with COVID, we have vaccine. That's prevention, right? You don't want to get sick. You want to prevent it. And so that's a similar concept here, is prevent heart disease.
Fantastic. And just one personal question. You have been a vegan now for almost 5 years. Am I right?
Vegan when it comes to desserts.
Oh, that's right. Only desserts. I see. Very nice.
And this is why, because I eat desserts every day. Every single day. I do not kid you. So I thought, if it's something I want to say, I have to make sure it's healthy. So I eat it and I give it to my kids without feeling any guilt. Because I am a scientist, I do know it's important to have protein. So I'd rather eat. I am transitioning slowly, but my partner is a vegan.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jennifer. I already would like to try one of your donuts as soon as possible. And thank you very much for your presentation. Very delicious, I would say. And it was fantastic. Thank you, and have a good one.
Thank you.
All right. And that's it, guys. This sums up today's conference. And we, as you have already seen, brought for you some of the very best and top minds in the field of international franchising. And of course, the focus here was indeed that, international. Every single one of those speakers was trying to somehow send the message that we need to expand our businesses globally. And of course, as you have seen, this is the way, especially in the current day and age that we are in right now, and the time and the period. It simply allows us to expand our businesses, to simply not put all of our eggs in the same basket, and more importantly, to be able to reach wider and bigger markets that might not be available just around the corner. And this sums up today's global conference. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you had any questions, feel free to contact us. We will leave the contact information below here, and you can, of course, reach us via email or phone calls. And please remember that the future of business is franchising, and the future of franchising is international. So expand, go global, go worldwide, and hopefully you will be able to make the most of your franchising experience. This was the Global Franchise Conference, and my name is Daniel Morgan. Have a good one.